So what we've done here is take some really common ingredients. What we're teaching in this experiment is 3 things. One is color combinations and how colors come together and make different colors.
Okay.
We're also teaching about the density of liquids.
Did you hear that? My phone isn't off. Sorry, guys.
Tell them no anchovies, okay?
Those are pretty fun.
Oh, thank you. I thought I turned it off. I swear, I'm like my mother in a movie theater. Sorry, it's going off now. As you were saying, Mary.
As I was saying. So anyway, we're teaching about the density of liquids because it turns out liquids have different densities. And I don't know whether you guys remember that from science in high school and college, but liquids don't always mix up together.
Right.
And sometimes one floats on top of the other. Kind of like, you know, they say oil and water don't mix. It's because oil is less dense than water. So water will always sink down. Okay. So
that's
we're
why
going
you
to do a
always
thing
get oil slicks.
Exactly.
When the oil tanker crashes into the iceberg.
Yes,
listened to
yes,
science
and
class.
why it makes the roads dangerous when it rains, right? Because then all that stuff. Okay, so then, and then we also are teaching about acid-base reactions. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a density layer, sort of liquid sculpture in our container. Then we're going to blow it up, and we're going to see, but it's not going to erupt, I promise, and nobody's going to get dirty.
It's okay. We're ready. We're ready.
It just kind of boils, and it looks really cool.
What do we need to do first?
Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pour oil up to about halfway. If you want to do that.
Alrighty.
Just shy of halfway.
And any kind of oil will work that you buy at the grocery store? If
you know what? You know what's great about this experiment is use whatever you have in your kitchen, because what you'll figure out. Perfect.
He's like, good stuff.
What you'll figure out is that, you know, it's a science experiment, and you'll figure out the density very quickly. You know, is it more dense? Is it less dense? If it's more dense, it goes to the bottom. If it's less dense, it goes to the top. All right. The next thing we're going to put in is vinegar. And I have actually added color to the vinegar to make the layers look super duper cool. Now, do you guys have a hypothesis about whether vinegar is less dense or more dense than oil? Is it going to float or is it going to sink?
It's going to sink. Because I make, based upon my calculations with the Italian dressing.
Yeah, and this is kind of
when
like,
I do oil and vinegar with my salad. We're basing this off of our eating.
This is kind of like blue salad dressing, because this is vinegar, only dyed blue. And you could make blue salad dressing if you wanted to be entertaining at your next party. All right, so pour that in, and pour it into about, I would say, 1/2 inch to 1 inch.
Okay.
Because I think I just sort of gave it away, but you're right, it's going to go to the bottom.
That looks cool.
Pour a little bit more in there. That does look cool, doesn't it?
It does.
Makes these little crazy.
How's that?
There you go. Perfect.
Neat.
All right. Our final layer.
A lava lamp.
Looks like marble.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, it gets much better. Okay. This is rubbing alcohol.
All right.
And this you may or may not have in your house. This experiment's fun just with these 2 layers, but it's even more fun, more cool to add more layers.
Is this where you turn into Werner von Braun here?
I don't, you know,
He was the rocket scientist.
Oh, no, nothing like that. Okay,
do the honors.
So do you guys think that's going to sink, or it looks a lot like vinegar?
It's
sink or float?
No, alcohol is a byproduct of oil, so it's going to float. It's going to be lighter.
Let's try out your
She's not
hypothesis.
saying anything.
I like
Let's
it.
see.
I like it.
There you go. It's coming back up.
All right,
This does look neat.
Pour in a little bit more. There you go. Perfect.
God, that's beautiful.
It's neat, right?
Yeah.
Kids love this stuff.
Yeah, the things you can do with just the stuff
it's
around your house, right?
patriotic, too.
Well, yes, and you can go on and on and on like this.
What did you say?
He said it's patriotic because it's sort of red, white, and blue.
I'm sorry.
And all right, so now we've got our layers. What we want to see is if we can get the red to combine with the blue to make a purple, bubbly, lava lamp-looking crazy thing.
Let's do it. What do you got here?
What we're going to do is we've got vinegar on the bottom, and so to create a gas, CO2 gas, we need to add, if that's an acid, we need to add a base to create a chemical reaction. Very good, because the 2 always react in solution. So what I've done is create a little paste. What this does is makes globs of baking soda go down in, and the globs are what cause the big bubbles to come back up.
Gotcha.
So you're going to take about a 1/2 teaspoon of globby, and you're just going to drop it in there.
A globby. Very technical term here.
Globby baking soda and water with
That's
a little
bit more,
with
isn't
a little bit of food coloring added just to make it look cool.
Let me be exact here.
Because kids love colors. There it goes. Now watch.
It's coming together.
Oh, that is cool.
Fun.
And
let there be purple.
What's so fun about that is it will keep going and going and going.
And kids will stare and stare
Now,
and stare.
what would happen? I'm taking it one step further. If you put a top on that. Would it?
You know what would happen
pressure
is
build
your top would pop off, your container would burst. So
Yeah,
I wouldn't suggest. You know,
It's like a guy in him, you know. It's like, what would happen?
We're always looking how
Let's
to.
do that.
The final step is always blowing things up.
Take it to the next level.
It's a great point because what you can do is capture the gas, and we do this sometimes with the kids. We create what's called a gasometer, and we'll do this experiment, but in a bottle with a smaller opening. We'll stick a balloon on top, and then as the gas rises, it blows up the balloon.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
neat.
And you can see how much gas is coming off of your chemical reaction.